This is a video showing the final stage of the MSPSL routine on approach to roundabouts, which will be look, which can be broken down further into look, assess, decide and act. I'm not going to talk about mirrors, signal position, speed today, because it's just about the approach and assessing whether it's safe to go. So I'm going to be talking a lot about blockers today and about looking at the traffic coming from the right. So approaching the first roundabout now, I can see there's a few cars approaching from the right. I have got a vehicle ahead of me that's already stopped, so I'm not worried about that immediately. I'm looking to the right, there's nothing that's turning right, so I'm good to go. There's nothing already on the roundabout. When you're approaching the roundabout, you don't want to be automatically giving way to everything on the right, because you may not need to. You need to assess where they're going, how far away they are, and whether or not you have any blockers. The busier the roundabout, obviously the harder that can be. Sometimes as well you need to think about how many exits there are at the roundabout and how many lanes. So if there's only 2 exits and 2 lanes, it's going to be one lane per exit. So you can usually tell quite easily from the position where they're going. A 3 exit roundabout with 2 lanes is a little bit more complicated. What we're going to be approaching now is a 3 exit roundabout with 2 lanes on the right, so I need to think about where they're going. So as I'm approaching, I'm looking to the right to see whether it's safe. The black car ahead of me slowed down, but now they've committed to the roundabout. There's only one vehicle on the right which has gone left, and then I'm coming off. So I did hesitate a little bit there, I did slow down a little bit more, simply because that vehicle to the right was not signalling. They're in the left-hand lane without a signal, which generally means that they're going to follow the road ahead, and therefore I should give way to them. Once they'd moved off and started turning left, I knew that I was safe to commit. Just on the approach to B&Q roundabout now, and this is obviously a 3 exit roundabout, but it has got 3 lanes. It's a very busy roundabout, so I do need to be particularly careful of any traffic already on the roundabout. You do get several vehicles going around at the same time, so I just need to be aware of that. You can see some vehicles ahead have stopped at the crossing, but that light is going green, so they're going to start moving off. I'm not going to be the first vehicle in my lane. That black car is turning right, but they've committed. So now I can start looking to the right. Got a van just coming across. There is a red car. They're going to enter the roundabout. There's nothing after that red car, so I am good to go. Any vehicles on the roundabout obviously need to be considered, but there wasn't any on that occasion. When I'm approaching these roundabouts, there are several questions that are going through my head, and those questions are happening very, very quickly. A lot quicker than I can speak. That's why I'm mainly talking about vehicles approaching from the right at the moment, simply because that's the first thing that my brain is processing. There are other things going on whilst I'm speaking, but I can't get everything out quick enough. As I'm approaching, I'm looking to the right. There are no vehicles approaching from the right. Any vehicles on the roundabout appear to be exiting, so I can go. When the vehicles are exiting the roundabout, the ones that are on the roundabout, you can obviously look for a left signal that will tell you they're coming off. On that last roundabout, there were no exit signals from the other vehicles, but I could tell from their position they were starting to leave the centre of the roundabout and head towards the outside edge. That tells me that they're exiting. Okay, approaching another roundabout and looking to the right to see whether there's any traffic. It's quite quiet at the moment. Yep, no traffic approaching from the right, no traffic on the roundabout, so we are good to go. Another roundabout approaching. I'll be looking to the right as I approach. I've got a silver car and a grey car. Do I have a blocker? No. So I'm going to stop. There's a red car approaching from the left. That's a blocker there. I'm going to block the van. into the roundabout, because if you wait too long, either it won't be enough time and the vehicle to your right will move off, or it will be a case of they might actually be coming in front of you and then you end up needing to give way to them rather than using them as a blocker. Just remember when you're dealing with roundabouts, if there's any confusion between the position and signalling of another vehicle, you need to exercise a bit of caution there and just make sure that you know where they're going. If you don't know where they're going, if you're not sure, then the best thing to do is just to assume that they're coming in front of you and to be giving way. So it can be difficult to tell sometimes. Lane positioning is always quite a clear definition about where they're going, but generally that's only useful if there's 2 exits with 2 lanes, or 3 exits with 3 lanes. As I said earlier, if you've got 3 exits and 2 lanes, you can't be certain about where the other vehicle is going. Heading back towards B&Q roundabout now from a different direction. So just remember that's the roundabout with 3 exits and 3 lanes. So it is a little bit easier to tell where people are going. So just coming to sight of the roundabout now. I've got a vehicle ahead of me. I don't know which lane they're going to be using, so I may have to wait for them to decide whether it's safe for them to go before I can blink. Okay, they look like they're stopping, so we're going to stop, looking to the right. There's absolutely no vehicles to the right and nothing on the roundabout, so we're going to go. So B&Q seems particularly quiet today, which is unusual, especially for a Wednesday. Sometimes even with the busy roundabouts there just seems to be a lull in the traffic and you just get a quiet moment. Okay, I do have a cyclist ahead of me, so I am approaching another roundabout. Whether I overtake the cyclist before the roundabout depends whether I've got enough time to get back in without affecting the cyclist. Obviously I need to be aware of oncoming traffic. At the moment it's too busy for me to try and overtake anyway. So I can see the roundabout up ahead shortly after the pedestrian crossing. I don't think there's any point in me trying to overtake at the moment, what with the crossing and then the roundabout, so I'm just going to let this cyclist go ahead. Obviously I need to be aware they may take up a different position at the roundabout. I'm going to be following the road ahead. Let's see where the cyclist is going. Same lane as me. Okay, looking to the right, there's no traffic from the right, but there is on the roundabout, so the cyclist has stopped. Nothing on the roundabout, nothing to the right. We'll follow the cyclist. To overtake him. I've got another roundabout coming up. I can just about see it up ahead. I can certainly see the sign on the left for the roundabout. I'm going to be turning right at the roundabout, so I'm going to stay behind this cyclist because I don't know which way they're going to be going. Again, it looks like he's heading towards the right hand lane. No, he's going left. Okay, looking to the right, there's no traffic I can see at the moment, nothing on the roundabout, so we're going to go. approaching roundabouts to consider where the cyclist is going. They often take up a different position than normal, so they might be in the left-hand lane to turn right, simply because they want to keep on that side of the traffic that's turning right. But it's generally not a good idea to overtake them on approach to the roundabout, just in case you end up cutting them up and getting a little bit of a muddle about where you're going, where they're going. So I've got another roundabout coming up. I'll see the sign shortly. There it is. So I'm looking to the right, I can't see the traffic at the moment, looks all clear, and we go to the right.